Okay, what I want to talk about is modern day events. And I want to talk about how we're living in a modern zombie apocalypse. And when I talk about a zombie apocalypse, sometimes people, I'm just doing it lightheartedly to talk about some of the masses of people are sheep. And when I say that the masses of people are sheep, I don't mean to insult people, but I mean to kind of let you understand the type of people and the type of mindset that you're dealing with. Now, if you think about what's going on today with the mask and all that, and the public play, which is Caesar's grand public play, you have to understand one thing. If you're going to be a private citizen, do not participate or either do not disrupt Caesar's public plays. At first, I used to try to tell the truth to people, and I say, oh man, this is all, fake and all this stuff. And then I had to understand a majority of people do not have the mental capacity to understand the level of knowledge that you have when you understand how the true workings of the system operate. So you have to understand when they made movies like the Evil Dead, or they make all of these zombie movies, they're really mocking you or mocking the people who have no knowledge or concept of anything. And if you're familiar with zombie movies, the zombies usually attack people who are not moving or acting like them. So, I was going to the store and I was like, you know what, I don't want to wear no mask, so I'm going to order my stuff and, do it to where you pick it up, And I was like, you know what, this is a lot better than going in the store and arguing, trying to argue about the mask or say, you know what, I'm exempt and all this stuff. You can do it, but if it becomes a issue where it causes a public controversy, then you might want to get away from that. And I'm not telling you to be weak. I'm just telling you have to understand public and private. So that's one thing I learned off of High Frequency Radio too, because once they broke that down, now I have a way deeper knowledge of law and jurisprudence and science of law. I understand things way differently now, So when you're dealing with some of these people who may act as zombies, you have to understand. Sometimes you got to put on the zombie face and go, oh, just like the zombies. Because when you start to show you have brains, the zombies will turn on you. And that seems how society really is. I used to get my videos trolled on and all kind of stuff. Like people will be trolling me. Oh, you ain't shit. Oh, blah, 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 blah. In my comment section, you're like, dude, why are you trolling me? You ain't got better stuff to do? But you have to understand there are a bunch of zombies. I used to watch these channels that were so-called against so-called sovereign citizens, against so-called patriots, against Moors. I used to watch all these channels. And the reality is when you start dealing, start revealing information or true information, there's going to be people who are impacted by that and they don't like it. So they want to mislead the public and keep them in the darkness, because I remember when I used to, hear this stuff, I was like, oh man, there's no way this could be true. Then I started seeing some of it was true. I was like, oh shoot, or a majority of it is true. But when you're dealing with some of these people, you have to keep in mind that their mindset is docile. I mean, whatever the news tells them, they agree with. Whatever the government tells them, they believe. Whatever corporation tells them, they think they have to capitulate to the corporation. So sometimes you have to walk like a zombie, you know what I'm saying, to survive and to not, be persecuted in today's society when the average citizen or the average the democracy where the mob rules. I mean, if the mob is stupid, there's nothing else you can do about it. So you can take a lot of knowledge from some of those parody zombie movies where like Shaun the Dead or something like that, where They start faking like they're zombies to escape the zombies. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I might want to stop making videos, because if I start putting out true information, I'm gonna start getting trolled and all that stuff. And I'm not into that. I just wanted to give people information about law and history and other things, so they can make informed decisions and be knowledgeable in their decisions. But the more I stay on here and the more I see YouTube change, like it actually, like if you make a comment, I used to think that it was actually the people who own the channel deleting the comments, when I found out that it's actually like YouTube deleting the comments. I made a comment on my own video and YouTube deleted it, which is crazy. How do you delete a comment that somebody made on their own video because I used Jacob Blake's name in the comment? So they deleted it. And even though that's a fraudulent case, and you have to understand, if you're sitting there, if you're shot in the back 7 times, you're not laying on your back in no hospital. But I had to keep in mind that I should not participate or antagonize or aggravate Caesar's public plays. I could just know the truth and just shut up and mind my own business. Because when you rock the status quo or you rock the status norm, it does nothing but cause trouble and problems for you. So all you have to do is talk to the people who are in the right mind as you, and speak to people on the same frequency as you, and hopefully the other people heighten their frequency to your frequency or adjust their frequency to yours. So that's what I'm starting to learn. And that's why I usually, when I was speaking, I speak in parables, and I would speak vaguely, because I was hoping that the people who understood what I was saying would understand what I'm saying. And those that don't, I can't help everybody. It's not my job to sit here and do ABCs with everybody, or, hold people's hand and play teacups and shit. You have to understand what's going on. And I tell you right now, the best thing you can do is start, studying, law and studying pretty much finance, so you can prepare yourself for getting out of those jobs or getting out of those jobs and start being a boss of your life. Start taking over things and start being able to, provide for your family, yourself, and, not need the government. That's all I got to say, man. I'm out.